September plan with me. Let's get real for a second. September has never been a good month for me. Well, that's a lie. I love spring and I love the 1st of September. It used to be one of my favorite months. However, and I don't often talk about this so candidly because it's a hard thing to talk about. So, 12 years ago, I lost my mother to mental ill health. For a number of years after that, I thought it was my fault and that there was something I could do. If I had just known, or if I had just seen the signs, if we hadn't fought that week, it was a lot of blame. And I still would give anything to go back in time. There's things I would change on the day. And we were best friends. And we did everything together. We went on holiday together. There was everything we did it together. We were very close. And I don't know if that was because I was an only child or if it was because she was cool. I don't know. But she had her flaws. And on that particular day, unfortunately, myself and my boyfriend at the time, we were the people that found her. Now, obviously, I've gone over it a million times in my head, and there's just things that in hindsight were blatantly obvious. But with foresight, I probably wouldn't have noticed. Her health was deteriorating. She was quite a obese woman. She didn't eat very well, and I tried really hard to get her to eat well, and I kept putting her on diets and a whole bunch of other stuff. But at the end of the day, she just did what she wanted. So yeah, she knew I was concerned about her health. I'm pretty certain that she probably was a strong candidate for diabetes, and I feel like probably she had probably found that out because she really was not the healthiest. She had high blood pressure, she had 2 knee replacements. She was a total mess. But yet, we were still best friends. And a couple of days prior, she and I had an argument about the fact that I wanted to move into the spare bedroom. There's a whole bunch of context around that, and it doesn't sound as big a deal as it is, but I think it was a big deal to her because it was kind of me showing that I was ready to show my independence as an adult. So I once listened to an amazing news producer over in Australia who described the people that stay behind after a suicide, or what they're going through. She called it a tsunami of emotions, that the wave comes in and it just doesn't stop. It just destroys everything in its path. It does. It destroys everything in your path. The way that I see life is different. There's not a day that goes by where I don't miss her or think about her. All she wanted was to be a grandparent. She's missed out on my amazing and beautiful son, who is smart and loving, and they would have gotten along so well. So, if this is something you've gone through, or if this is something you feel is an option, I'm sorry that you are at that point in your life that you think it is an option. I think the fact that we're becoming more aware and more helpful to those that are in a crisis is really important. It doesn't matter if you're ready to go, just tell someone. Anyone. Could be a passerby on the street, just tell someone. Because regardless of how bad you think things are, the sun rises tomorrow, and it will, hopefully, until a meteor hits it potentially, it will rise again the day after that. And while it might seem like the sun isn't shining at all at the moment, just think about it. Just talk to someone. But I think even just talking to someone is if you can and you can afford it, or it's supported by your community, I really recommend getting professional help. If this is something that you are feeling, and if there's one person's choice that I can help sway to be able to be there tomorrow to see the sun rise again, then I've done one job right. So, usually my plan with me's are quite excited, and when it came to doing my September plan with me, it was dark. Whoops. The reason for that is because if I could, I would delete the 6th of September out of my life. I would just delete it as a day that didn't happen. But I can't. It comes around every year, much like the sun rising. It comes around all the time and happens again and again. This year I'm preparing myself a little bit better. So I made a very rainbowy, sunny calendar spread for September. I participated in a spring and September kind of hop, which was really fun as well, and I made some really nice springy things which will come up later in September. And I made the decision to talk about how I kind of felt about stuff as well, because I usually am super happy and super excited about talking about things on YouTube. But the reality is this is something that I carry around every day. I describe it to people sometimes as wearing a wet blanket and walking through some really crummy mud in gumboots that keep getting sucked into the mud, because you can't shake the feeling of that sort of loss. Regardless of how you think about it, it's just something you never get over. Time can help you forget some things, but you never get over it, I guess. So, in the interest of September and October being mental health awareness, I thought it was really important to talk about it and show that I'm not always as excited and happy as I may seem to be. So hopefully you appreciate this kind of pep talk, if we could call it that. I wouldn't call it a pep talk. There was nothing peppy about that, right? But yeah, hopefully we can all talk about it more openly and kind of remove the stigma of mental wellness and mental health and mental ill health, because I work really hard to make sure that I'm always, when we refer to mental health as something, it's stigmatized with a negative connotation that is just, you're at home because mental health day. It shows that you're sick or there's something wrong with you, but realistically your health is a spectrum. It's either good or it's either bad. It shouldn't be considered just bad all the time through the kind of connotation and context we've given it. So I'll pop some telephone numbers and stuff down below if you're ever feeling blue. I'll make them New Zealand specific because I don't really know the international numbers, but I'm sure there's heaps of websites and heaps of free call lines to ring if you're feeling like that's something you need to do. So let's get started with my September plan with me. This month, because I really wanted a rainbowy and happy spread, I'm using my Rainbow Happy Planner that Amy Tangerine created. I love the rainbowiness to it. So for spring, because it is spring in New Zealand, I'm adding a whole bunch of flowers in the same sort of rainbowy pattern that you would like to see, from red all the way through to pink. Let's not forget National Pizza Day on the 5th of September. Let's add some really cute quotes before starting with some rainbow washi tape. I want as much colour as I can possibly squeeze onto the spread. I'm trying to keep it as rainbowy as possible by sticking to the kind of colour themes up at the top. As always, thanks for watching, and please hit the subscribe button. We'd love to hear from you in the comments below as well. Thank you.